Okay, it is scissors and bicycle day. Two exercises in one. They're often done in succession anyhow. So they are quite challenging when you do them in their advanced form. You have to have your arms behind you. You're propping yourself up. So I like to perform these on the spine corrector. And not everyone has a spine corrector, I know, so we'll go over what to do without your spine corrector. But they're sort of famously taught on the spine corrector, these two exercises. So getting down is sort of the more challenging part. You can step one foot on the lip if you have one, reach the other leg out, and lower yourself down, sort of draping yourself along the floor. Bringing the legs up. Now, I'm really keeping the barrel snugged up against my back, and my chin is looking straight up. My nose and chin and face and eyes are looking straight up. I'm not looking down my body. That's important. We don't want to shove our cervical spine down. We can kind of press the back of the head into the mat. As you take a nice big inhale, as you exhale, toes can be pointed, or as an added challenge, you can flex the foot that's coming toward you. Opens up the front of the hip. I'm using this glute here to press down my leg and open up the hip flexor. Then we turn it into a bicycle. I'm literally trying to scrape the lip of the barrel here, which could be the floor on the different apparatus that we're going to try this on. And then, as a bonus, I'm opening up the front of my hip. Feels really good. And I'm practicing this nice fluid motion, pointing the toes. It's more like, I think of it like synchronized swimming legs on a bike rather than an actual bicycle. But it's the motion. And then we can do helicopter. That's our little bonus here. As you rotate your legs around, flex the feet perhaps, but definitely rotate the legs into external rotation rather than keeping them parallel. If you keep them parallel, it's just going to be harder. You're going to have less range of motion, but you can do that nice rotation and get your wide straddle. I have such a bad habit of trying to look down my body. I need to stop that. One more. And then, of course, you can do many more things here if you have a spine corrector, but let's bend the knees in. This is the best part. Roll down and place your legs over the top of the barrel. So, what if I don't have a barrel? Well, you could do the prop your hands on your hips version, prop your hips with your hands version, and do the same thing. Now, a lot of people feel like if they are large of bosom, that they are being choked. And especially if you add some shoulder and chest tightness to that, it could feel not only difficult, a little bit scary, but kind of insulting to the body. So let's give it some other options. I have all these props here. Almost everyone seems to have some kind of a roller these days. So you can prop your hips up on the roller. And whether your roller is long or short, or a half roller, it doesn't matter. You can still do all the same exercises, helicopter included. And that puts my head, especially if I have any neck issues or something like that, I want to lessen the bridge lift a little bit. There's also yoga blocks and these balls, sometimes called the over ball. It's just an inflated ball. And if you stick that under your hips, it adds an element of balance as well. And you can have your hands just on the floor and do your pulses there. Yoga block, it's got 3 directions, right? So you can use it flatter, middle, tall. The firmer yoga blocks are going to be less tippy in any direction. So if you use one of these lightweight foam ones in the tall direction especially, you're going to probably need to hold on to it a little bit. So that can be another option for scissors and bicycle. But just because you might not feel like you can prop your hips on your hands doesn't mean you have to skip the exercise. I skipped the exercise for years when I was practicing mat work because I just couldn't figure out how not to irritate my ulnar nerve while propped on my elbows. So I feel like I was missing out for a long time on some really good work I could have just done with a prop.
Have a great day.